the saddle again. That's pretty good, right? Aerosmith. I was just watching Black Sheep Bible Talks video on AI alarmism, and I also went over and watched oh, what's that dude's channel? What's his name? Backroads Survival or something. He did a video about the 68 percenters. Said we're not real, we don't exist. Always survive. What's up? Let's see if I can get into this this chat here. I should turn my echo off here. There we go. It's just you and me, survival. What are you doing? Oh, this is more my normal time. I had a pseudo live this morning at like 7:30, and I had some technical difficulties, and we started talking about secret societies, and then my feed got cut. People were like, "Oh," they thought I got taken out. I was like, "What's that?" And then just a fuzz. I am Canuck. That's the same thing someone else said. You're alive. Oh, you're live, not you're alive. Yeah, I'm both, actually. Berserko, what's up, man? Canucks in the house. Michigan. What's the temp in Michigan right now? Michigan. Over in Michigan. Always survive. Splitting wood in the cold. It's pretty manly. What kind of axe do you have? Is that a compass in your little... What are you doing here? How dare you? Is that a compass in your little picture there? Don't get me started on axes. 15 degrees. Oh. Oof. Do you have a channel always? Am I subscribed to your channel? Let's see. Go to channel. 8,000. I am not subscribed. Why am I not subscribed to you? Will it hit the fan? Worth it? 30% chance. Brass knuckles for self-defense. Ooh, yeah. Kubatar, AK-47. All right, dog. I'm in. I'm subbed. Survival no matter what. I love it. I have a compass on my watch strap. Canuck, your dirty secret comes out. Yeah, I was watching Black Sheep Bible's AI talk. I know I'm starting to sound like a disastrous. What's up, man? I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I can't help but think that AI is going to be have the biggest impact on us, on the 68 percenters. You know, normies with jobs. I think that's the biggest thing on our horizon, even more so than like civil unrest or World War III, and a lot of those things. They're already kind of happening, but not happening everywhere. But this automation thing, yeah, it's one of my pillars going forward. I think one compass is good. Canuck, how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 compasses? I have 9 compasses. And I gave one to my daughter. My daughter had the nerve to ask me for a compass for Christmas. I was like, how dare you? So I gave her the best one I have, that Silva, that vintage Ranger Silva with the metal bezel. She loved it. Had a case. Had a case on it, and the instructions and everything was like from the 60s. It was pretty nice. Small compasses. So there's just a few of us in here. I'm starting to work on collabs. I downloaded StreamYard today. I sent emails to 3 other creators or messages to 3 other creators that I want to talk to. I hate to say interview because interviews are lame and they're structured. I want to have a conversation with other preppers. Um, who would you guys like to see me have a conversation with? That's my question. And I'll write them down if you give them to me. I agree with you on the compass, good for a boat, not much else. I know, right? Where there's no roads. Yeah, everywhere else there's roads. Most everywhere else. Most of us have roads. The urban prepper. Hey, Texas Prepper Projects. I'm talking to you too. You emailed me back, right? I just saw that. You said tomorrow. I'm off, so pretty wide open. What is your vision? You want to do a live stream together? I don't know. Which is better? So Scott, you asked me, which is better, do a live stream or record and then post it later? I don't know which one is better for our channels. You know what I mean? You advise me, and then we'll do that. I like the idea of talking about the finance stuff and then going, and then recording. But so we got urban prepper. Urban prepper. I think you're in stress and not thinking straight. A compass would be good. Grisham is back. We're back for a live. I know. Hey Grish, we started talking about secret societies, and then I got nipped in the bud there. Got my legs taken out. The local Masonic lodge called me. They're like, "Hey, we see what's happening there. We Texas Prep. So I would recommend that we record it and then post it later, as opposed to a live." Okay. Yeah. Now, can you tell me why? I think I've seen that the regular recorded videos do better, so I think it'd be better for views that way. Also, if you're going to do any editing to it. Now, just to let you know, Scott, I don't plan on doing any editing whatsoever to our conversation. So that might make it weird. That's one stipulation that I've got. That's why I call them conversations, and I haven't even started them yet. But yeah. As long as you're down with that. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll respond to your email sometime this afternoon. And I downloaded StreamYard, so maybe we can test it today and get it like squared away first, or maybe tomorrow we can do that. Well, I'll email you back with a time, and then we can set up a practice session, because I have StreamYard now, but I don't know exactly. You know, it looks like I can get somebody in there, but I want to make sure it's done right. So I don't want to be figuring out the tech when we're on the video, which I will be, and it'll look stupid. So I do know this firsthand, but lives are where a lot of creators get in trouble. You have to be careful with the old tube. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know, well, I don't know the rules actually. I just know no guns on lives. Let me do this. There we go. I gotta be careful. I gotta like check my background. Never mind. Yeah, exactly. We do need to run a test. I'll be free tonight if you want to do the test. Well, I think my wife's mad at me today, so after this live, I'm gonna do one video, but tomorrow I have off, so we'll have a little bit of time tomorrow to goof around with it. Uh-oh, my heater's running out. Dang it. I'm not getting much time out of these things. It feels like I'm getting like, I don't know, 2 hours. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Or maybe they're not all the way, maybe these aren't filled up all the way. Maybe that's a problem. I'll be right back. The 20-pound, I know. I'm gonna end up doing that. Just getting the. I think I already have the adapter. Do it that way. 4 hours on the 1 pound. Is that about right? When did we start? I tuned in for that 30-second one. You saw that, huh? Okay, so what I'm asking people, Papa Prep. Yeah, I'm back, Papa Prep. Electric space heater. I have one behind me. I'm just testing this guy out. Just keep it right here on my chest. Oh yeah. Okay. Ugh. Urban Prepper. Love the test video. Yeah. Rogue preparedness. I guess I'll just. So what I'm asking everybody is, who should I do collabs with? I want to start doing conversations with other preppers, just one-on-one though, not really the group thing. It's too hard to navigate that. Rogue preparedness. Rogue prep. Urban prep. 4 hours, okay. Rogue is in Texas, very family oriented. Yeah, I've seen his page. Sometimes it's tough. Like I'll see people, urban preppers in Seattle. Oh, Rogue, okay. Yeah, is he the guy with the glasses? Wears like the button-up shirts? Kind of. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to him. Yeah, okay. What do you want to talk about with them? I don't know. I don't want to have a list of questions. I want to find out more about them. Who they are, where they're at, all that kind of stuff. And the beret, yeah. What should I talk about, Grish? I'm better at conversations with people than I am talking to myself. Yes, Schmuckatelli, I am. I emailed Crystal today to get that set up. So I finally got StreamYard all squared away. I just need her to give me like day and time, an hour, maybe an hour and a half for a conversation. She's first on my list. So I got Black Sheep Bible Talk, Doomsday Queen, Wasteland. So Chris from Wasteland. And then people recommending Urban Prepper and Rogue Prepper. Dank Farmer, did you see my 30-second live, that little backup this morning? So it went out and then it came back. Yeah. The Masonic Lodge got a hold of me. We started talking about my forthcoming secret society. It was awkward. By far your most enjoyable live yet? How freaking dare you? Are you limited to 10-round mags? Yes. Girl Carpenter, I am. I'm limited to 10-round mags. How many mags did you get with the new 1022? 1. So that little box, that's 5? Was it 5 rounds? A little one that comes with it? Yeah. So I'm limited to that, at least on camera. That 30-second live was a test. We all failed. That's right, Schmuckatelli, it was. The rotary mag, yeah. It's right over here, but I can't touch it, right? Didn't want to give you ideas, so they're just wondering if you can find common ground. It's nice. Fun and white-pilled. I don't know if that's possible. Little rotary mag is 10 rounds. Okay. So yeah, here in Washington, they limit you to 10 rounds. You know, just enough to defend yourself and everybody around you. Tech Prepper is great. Love that side of prepping. Tech Prepper, he's the radio guy, right? Yeah. So do collabs with other people without too much doom and gloom? No, You gotta understand, everybody around me all day, every day is like white pilled. I'm the crazy one almost everywhere I go. So on here, if I do a collab with somebody, it's gonna be full black pill because I don't have very many people to talk about that stuff with. It's all here, and I'll like drop little hints at work, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Reptilians? What do you mean?" So where's the fun in white pilled? I know, right? Yeah, I need someone. Yeah, talk about lizards. Yeah, that's what I need. I need a doomsday thought partner. That's what we call them at work, thought partners. Would you like a thought partner? Can we talk about the fact it's colder than a witch's teat outside? McGoogles, where are you at? It's pretty cold here too. If you need a doomsday guy, Canadian prepper. Yeah, yeah. He probably wouldn't take my calls. He probably gets collab invites all the time. There is a guy who he just did a video about the 68 percenters. I always mess up his because his email is FTSR group, but he is it Backroads Official? Is that the same guy? I'd have to go find his video. Buy his $300 backpack roll. He might take your call. Step one, survival. It'd be you two guys sitting in the garages chatting about prepping. Step one. Okay. I've left comments for people like, hey, I'd love to be on your show or whatever, and people just never get back to you. So I'm gonna set it up and then invite them. Plus, I kind of want to do it on my terms because I've been on a couple shows and it was interview style, like they had questions already, and I don't enjoy that near as much. Always survive. Okay, you'd be down for a chat. Yeah, the collab with Wasteland would be pretty black pilled. Yeah, I know. Chris is slowly like dragging me. He's like just gradually pulling me towards collapse. Everything I learn, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, he might be right. I was like 10 years. Now I'm like 5 to 2 years. Ohio, it's 20 degrees. Just got the main water break. Ugh. Check out Dave's water filter straws. His channel is Southern Prepper One. It's a good channel. Southern Prepper One, huh? Step one, survival. Southern Prepper. I think I watched his stuff. I think I've seen his. Is he gray haired now? When he started, he wasn't. Mark's Adventure. What's up, man? Welcome back. Southern Prepper. Yeah, he's been around for a long time. I watched one of his videos from like 8 years ago. He's like nothing fancy. He's one of the originals. Or Such. Is it Such? Is he Southern Prepper or is he Sensible Prepper? Yeah. Yeah, he's been in the game for a minute. They could teach me some stuff, that's for sure. And I think let me see, Texas Prep says, Wicked Prepared, she's in Maine, mostly food related stuff. I'm fine with that. I want to talk to people who are doing things that I'm not doing, that I suck at, That's why I want to get Doomsday on, because I don't can. My wife does a little bit of canning, but I want to learn from her. And really the goal for me, just like the goal with interacting with you all in the comments, is I'm learning so much. I want to do that. I want to learn from them. I want to learn about the stuff that they're good at. I think that's how I'm going to get better. Muffin Top, what's up, man? Back again. Yeah, I am back again. I told the others, when we started talking about secret societies, the Mason Lodge called and shut me down. I refuse to be a sensible prepper. I'm not being into sensible at all. Schmuckatelli says, I went down a rabbit hole learning about canning water after the last time we talked about it. To me, I don't know. I know it's possible to can water, but part of me thinks that the jars are more valuable than the water inside. I would want to use larger containers. Like to use up canning jars to store water seems like a waste to me, but maybe not. Maybe if you never have to treat it or anything, maybe it's worth it then, but Dank Farmer says the shapeshifters are known to cut live streams when you get a little too close. No, that's not true. That doesn't make any sense. That didn't happen. If you want to learn more about food-related items, look at homesteading channels. Purposeful Pantry. Purposeful Pantry. I feel like once I get good at interviewing, it could take up a lot of my time. Like how many interview videos would I put out each week? Probably I would want to keep it to one, but I want to talk to so many people. You know, one a week's probably a good idea though. Schmuckatelli. Freeze drying. Yeah, DQ. Doomsquay did a video on making and canning chicken broth. I told my wife I'm gonna do that. She told me to stay in my lane. Yeah, she's like, it's the same thing for me. Like I'm gonna learn from Doomsday, but I can't go to my wife and say, hey, look at this other woman who's telling me how to tell you how to can. I gotta sneak it in there sneaky like, I don't know. Yeah, I can't get her canning stuff out and start canning. She did use my drill this week though to replace some screws, so maybe I have rights now. Texas Prep says, I follow far more homestead and cooking channels than I do prepper channels. Yeah. Papa Prep says, I had tap water stored in cleaned out 1 gallon apple cider jugs, kept it for a decade as an experiment. So what happened? Did you drink it and then you died? Hey, Gnostic's in the house. What's up, man? Gnostic's been sending me some religious material. I like the idea of Gnosticism, but I don't know if I can be sold, man. I'm too deep in the where I'm at. Homestead Reliance is a channel based in Arkansas. He's more into off-grid stuff. Yeah, I mean, part of me, like I don't have a homestead, so I want to learn that stuff, but it's not relevant to me right now, so my interest is not that high in it, but PERK Radio, good evening all, new to the channel and interested in the content. Why, thank you. PRK, you have a channel, PRK? Perk? I'm just gonna call you Perk. What up, Perk? PRK, what do we got? UV5R Mini. Testing my handhelds. Hey, I like all your human thumbnails, my friend. HF antenna, soda, POTA. Cleaning up the channel. My thoughts on the little guy, Baofeng. PRK, all right, man, you got me. I'm subbed. You can teach me about radio. PRK Radio. Hey, PRK, would you be interested in doing like a conversation recorded on video? Not a live, but a conversation? I'm writing your name down in anticipation of you saying sure. Fidgeting with both hands, I know. Papa Prep says it was clear and clean, no odor. I did filter it in the Berkey before drinking. So you kept water in a sealed jug for a decade, cleaned it out. That's what I did. I have 5-gallon jugs. I put water in them. I put like 3 drops of bleach, and I scrub them out. You know, clean them out first. But yeah. Yeah, the Dank Farmer talking about me talking to a homesteader. I just cleared out 17 trees and sawmilled them up for my homestead. And I'm like, oh yeah, I rode the bus today. That's pretty much how it would go. Thanks for keeping it real. Yeah. Grish says, aren't there channels like doctors or nurses that can discuss stuff like cutting wounds? So I cut my hand with this knife in church today. Try not to break this one. It might break. I don't think I set it to airplane mode before I started. That's the problem. Carol's in the house. What's up, Carol? Gnostic says, my intent was never conversion. I know, man. I'm just giving you crap. Just offering perspective. Texas Prep. All right, man. I will email you tomorrow. I'll email you tonight about a time, and then we'll connect tomorrow. Skinny Medic and Prep Medic for medical stuff. Cutting your palm in church is always a pretty wicked biblical reference. I know, I bled on the church floor. Carol says it's 5 degrees outside. Gen X Prepper's back. So I'm asking everybody again, what other prepping channels would you like to see me have a conversation with? And then I'm going to take the initiative. I'm trying to get set up and then reach out to these people to set up an hour, hour and a half just to have a conversation. Not interview, a conversation. Schmuckatelli says, you're the only prepping channel I watch. Aw. That made me all warm inside, Schmuckatelli. Thank you. Tactical Muffin Top. Tactical, so I know you usually do like group sessions. Would you be willing to do a one-on-one? I'd be down to do that. Gen X Outdoors. So Gen X, is that your channel? That's funny. Gen X Outdoors. I'm a Gen Xer. And preparedness. European preppers. I was just in Scottish preppers little group chat, the fireside chat, and they were talking about suiting up and getting back into the service and going to defend Greenland. You seem like the kid whose desk was moved in the hall. Yeah, I am that kid. I'm not a prepper channel. You kind of are, you Homestead, Gnostic. Airborne Outdoors. I've had Bear Independent. Yeah, Bear won't talk to me. I am one of his affiliates, though. Refuge Medical is said to have great supplies. Yeah, I have a thing. I have a link. If you're gonna buy Refuge, get it from me so I get money. I'd like to see you and every prepper Chris and with a K have a conversation. Crystal and Chris are both people that I am reaching out to talk to. Mark says, if you can understand him, chat with the Scottish prepper. He's the dude for power. I told him that this morning. I was like, bro, I watch your channel, but it's mostly just to make sure I can understand you. Yeah. Do a collab with Dirty Civilian about how they're completely unrealistic for most of us. Yeah. You know, I like those guys. They're big budget. They spend a lot of money, but they seem to respond well. They've been putting out some content that I think is responsive to some feedback they've been getting, which is good. But yeah, what I'd like to do is like go through their videos and put a price tag at the end of each one of their videos and just like send them that. But I mean, if you have the sponsors, then you know what's funny is you guys know what RPM is. So on the backside of YouTube, RPM is the revenue per milli. So the revenue, how many dollars you get per 1,000 views, and each video gets like a dollar amount. And some of my highest grossing videos, my highest views, don't have high RPMs. They're like under $5, which sucks. My highest RPM video was my firearm video, where I didn't even show any firearms. I just talked about them. That RPM on that video is like $23. And I don't fully understand why. I guess because sponsors love gun channels, but I thought it was bad on YouTube, so I'm still confused. Yeah, Dank Farmer, I like Dirty Civilian. I like them. It's just, you know, they're getting better about it, but their setups is like, I think it's too LARP friendly. Like I'm not, and the money, the cost. They're like, this trailer on this Tacoma with my e-bike loaded in the back and my long range, my budget $5,000 rifle with my nods. Well, you lost me at Tacoma. Ajonic is the seer dude, Mitch's channel. Ajonic? I have a seer guy who lives right across the street from me. I need to go talk to him. Is Randy frozen in Alaska yet? I've not watched his channel. Who's Randy in Alaska? You could do a collab with DIY Prepper TV and ask him if he could shield less for those expenses. I just go on there and I start blasting him like a reporter. Like, how do you live? How do you sleep at night, sir? Dank Farmer says, give it a few years, you'll be running around in full kit, LARPing in the dark. I mean, I doubt it. I know. Who knows? People lose their minds when they get rich, you know. Randy is Alaska Prepper. Mitch is the seer dude that's always on Dirty Civilian. Oh, yeah. His channel's pretty small. Yeah, the seer dude that I live next to, he knows that seer dude. He knows his face. He knows Grand Thumb, too. Good old Mikey Jones. City prepping is similar. Upper middle class preppers. Too rich for my blood. When they start thrifting tactical gear, Mike Tango Whiskey will start LARPing. Yeah, if Dirty Civilian does a thrifting video, I'm going to lose my mind. I'll sue him. Yeah. Admin results. Yeah, he's a good one too. Fox 6. I do like administrative result. Uncle OG is becoming my favorite gun tuber. I like him. The guys he has on are pretty fun too. I want to do a video on... no, I'm not giving away any more ideas. Dang it, I almost did it again. I put up my Hurt Feelings report yesterday, and I saw 2 videos immediately after that did stuff that I was talking about. Field Tack, what's up, man? Dirty Civilian is entertaining. Yeah. I'll have to check out Uncle OG. You talk about him quite a bit. Yeah, I like Uncle OG. He's very casual, very laid back. Very, it's like talking with your boys. I like it. And I don't have any boys, so... I smelt burnt hair. To make sure I'm not setting myself on fire. Fox quit his job to YouTube full time. Fox 6? Well, that's the dream right there. That's why you should video your lives in advance. Stop giving away ideas. I know, right? Yeah. Fitness stuff was solid. Maybe a start from 0 with your slow and steady teacher approach. BK Turley, for what? For the Fox 6? Trench Grenade is my go-to for doom and gloom reports. Yeah, he started everybody's doing those like updates or world events, and they just kind of read the headlines. I don't I don't care as much about that. Dank Farmer, some long duration content would be solid, like a multi-part fitness series once or twice a month. You should show updates and stuff. Schmuckatelli, I get my news from S2 Underground. Yeah, so do I. I like S2 because he can get it into a 15-minute blurb, and he's not just reading headlines. He is an S2 analyst, so I appreciate his approach. His Royal Highness, all my art and tapestries are not... What? Are there any other creators from Nalgene Anonymous that you could collab with? None that'll admit it, yeah. Yeah, S2 Underground. Hey, Waltech, what's up, Seth? How are you? You know, Seth, your tag, your name on here is spelled different than your website and your name. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but it confused me. I was like, am I getting the website right? But S2 Underground is the best. I like his stuff a lot. He used to do long form videos, and he has his like a daily update, which I really enjoy. That's usually where I get my global news right away. Yeah, Carol, I have to keep my tiny little corner of the universe under control before I worry about the rest of the world. Yeah, me too. His pre-work crash outs are hilarious. Gnostic. I do like Trench because he's ferocious. I do enjoy that. Field Tech. I quit taking clients December 31st. Now all in on YouTube. Never. I will never monetize with YouTube. All independent funding. Yeah, good for you, man. Independent funding. Talk about independent funding. Maybe we can talk about that. Dank Farmer, or like reorganizing the pantry, setting up more prepper related areas in the shop or whatever. The direct prepper stuff is solid, but it's always good to see the action of the person, not just the topic. BK Turley, you've always been fit. That's a gap for many. The hump from nothing to something is bad. Yeah. I'm not in the shape that I used to be, but I do need to get back into shape. Because is it Schmuckatelli? I think, or Derbuschenmacher. Someone out there is going to make me a loincloth that I said I would wear. If so, I'll need at least 6 months to get ready to do that. Connor's permaculture's in the house. Okay, Seth. Yeah. Okay, because it's WALHE, right? Wallet. Yeah. Okay. Schmuckatelli. Yeah, it was Derbuschenmacher. Savage Army. I love Savage Army. Field Tack. He's the guy. He's like the Viking guy with the. It's like realistic. He's not super cut, but he's big and strong and powerful. Yeah, I like that dude. I want to get some clubs and start training with clubs. Dank Farmer. You'll sign up right now for what, Dank Farmer? Outlaw Canuck. Time to wake up at 4 a.m. to work out. Grisham says, you could discuss gear, perhaps. Each take 10 items to survive in a certain situation. Then you can ban 5 items from the other one. You can both discuss how to use stuff that you got left. Yeah. Oh, Dank Farm. Yeah. You know, I started a Patreon, but it immediately got shut down. Something I have to verify. They want me to send them my picture or something. Everything I sign up for, I'm just convinced it's going to be the end of me. I better get rich before AI comes. Two mace clubs on Marketplace. What? 25 and a 45, 50 for both? Ugh. Probably not enough loincloth for Patreon? No. Yeah, it was weird. They suspended my account for some reason. I didn't even there's nothing even on there. I don't know what's going on. They're using your videos to train AI. You might be right. Google ads are the worst. They want you to take a video of you walking from your computer to the nearest street sign. What? Really? They're like, hey, go stare into that flock camera. Mark's Adventure, you're off for now. All right, man. I'll see you around. Oy. Double fidget, baby. Double fidget, baby. Video idea. Mike Tango Whiskey does a survival video when his property walkthrough goes terribly wrong on House Hunt. House Hunters. Basic sewing repairs would be cool. Yeah. Black pilled on privacy. Yeah, Schmuckatelli, I feel like that ship has sailed, man. Like the amount of work it would take to get back to privacy, unless you create a whole separate thing. You know, you'd have to create like an LLC or some sort of family foundation or trust, and then do all the purchasing through LLC, and then off, you know, to create like this parallel life, you'd have to start over very, very carefully. But my wife and I are eyeballing 2 plots of land to possibly go full off grid. Good for you, Gnostic. You homestead like it's not your land right now? All right, Disastrous. I'll check you later. Yeah, so Scottish Prepper, we were just talking about you. Yeah, so Chris's last video alluded to his LLC, and he's going to do a video on how to do it. I think that's super valuable. Hey, Scottish, would you be willing to do a one-on-one? Like just a conversation? I'd have to have Civi Prep 2 streams in one day. Technically 3, because I did a backup to that first one after the Masonic Lodge took me out. I'm back on though. No, Scottish. We were just talking about we're talking about your guys' discussion over there. How you guys are suiting up to fight America over in Greenland. I don't know if you saw my comment, but I said it would be like that scene on Braveheart where the Irish and the Scottish come together and like, we'll do that in Greenland. So Scottish Prep, you be down to do that? Cool. Greetings, Mike Tango Whiskey from Montana. Atlas, welcome to the chat, my friend. Hardly. We value our friends, just not the leaders. Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same. Some crazy mess going on. Atlas, are you new to the channel? Is this your first live? Wyoming for LLCs. Yeah, Field Tech, you've talked about that before, right? That's where I have both of mine. You don't have to give personal info. $150 to set up and $70 each year to maintain. BK, shoot the 22 yet? No. Tomorrow's a holiday. I'm hoping to do it then. Message me anytime. Okay, Scottish. I got to get your time zone down. I just downloaded StreamYard, so now I can start reaching out to people, doing a conversation. Wyoming for LLC, huh? I love that. Now, do I have to live there to set it up there? Or just a P.O. box? Do I just need a P.O. box? Field Tech. You're down to do a live too, Field Tech? I saw that in your video. You go. Field Tech. Atlas says, been enjoying your videos, well put together and concise. Well, you haven't been, that's because you're new to the channel. I've gotten better. I used to ramble a lot more. Buchenmacher's in the house. Buchenmacher, you're making my loincloth, right? Didn't I talk to you about that? We heard Montana's is good for LLC. Wallet Tech. Hey, you fixed your name. After you talked about body bags in the HFR, I rabbit holed into them, and they are wildly affordable. They're basically cheaper and possibly more useful versions of the NAR Quick Litter. You should, hey Seth, you should sell those on your website. Is that too black-pilled? That would be kind of, never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad advice. Bad business advice. Gnostic says he'd be down to do a live. He just really need to tone down his construction worker language. Not for me, you wouldn't. You don't have to live there. Oh, it's all handled through the company I use. I'll email you the info. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Get an LLC in Montana, because I'm doing some side work, some side training work, and I need an LLC for them to pay me faster. So, Song of the South, greetings from the original 13 colonies, South Carolina. Montana is only good for supercar LLCs. I live in Montana and use Wyoming for my LLCs. A litter bag than a body bag? Yeah. Like if they're super cheap, you can just sell them in like packs of 10, whatever you can roll up and fit into like a USPS, like a flat rate, flat rate package. Carol says she used to be a construction worker. Did you really, Carol? That's funny. Down to live. 68% rural perspective, big garden and whatnot. BK Turley. Gnostic says he'd be down. Hey Gnostic, we should do a show about the shape of the earth. All my subs would be like Dang Farmer says if you want to talk about growing weed in a closet, just holler at me. So I got a story from 25 years ago when I was in the service. I went home on leave. My father was a drug dealer and he fell ill, and he had the rafters of the garage was a whole hydroponic grow system up there, and we had to harvest like a whole crop. Yeah. Civi Prep, you're putting in a thing on, you're moving, man. You're putting in an offer on water on a piece of land, right? Nice. Scottish Prepper says it's flat, right? It's not a spinning ball, I'll tell you that. Way late, howdy y'all. What's up, Brunson? Isn't the Earth square? Make sure you advertise these collabs on your channel somewhere so we all know about them. Yeah, Schmuckatelli, so I'm thinking I'm going to record them like a video, because lives do okay for my core audience, but videos, I'll put it out like a regular video. And if I get good at it and it becomes a regular thing and I get enough people, then I'll probably put one out a week. I'd like to just set it in the rotation like every Friday or Saturday where it comes out, you know. Field Tax says all of the 49 states. Field Tax says for LLCs, all of the 49 states, you have to list your personal info on the filing docs. In Wyoming, you do not. All correspondence goes through the company who sets up the LLC, and it's their address info on the page. So I do have a couple company names that I could use. That'd be the way to go. Scottish Prepper says, I may need a translator. I'm glad you said it, Scottish, because I didn't want to say it and be offensive, but yeah. And I'm an empath, so if I'm talking to you, I may kind of take on your Scottish accent. Use closed caption subtitles. That would be funny if you wrote my channel and I had subtitles. Buschenmacher says it's octagonal. Gnostic says, you mean it's not a spinning ball moving 5 directions simultaneously at 5 speeds that we can't feel it or observe any of it? Yeah. Civi Prep, his 20 acres, 1 hour from a major metro. Pretty sweet deal if I can get nice. You're homesteading, man. You'll be putting out the videos soon. Yeah, Turtle 2, where you can premiere videos, you can set, so when I go to post a video, you can set it as a premiere. So I guess that also means that it adds the chat. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that. My daughter's going to college, and I gave her pepper spray, and I had her sit down with me and watch your video on eyes up, hands free, tools close. That's pretty dope. I love that. I'd love to make a whole new conspiracy theory called inverse world theory, where we live inside of a sphere with a black hole in the middle of it going through space. It's actually going into it. Waltech, is that a real flat earth? That is the real flat earth model. Hey, Seth, would you be willing to do a talk? Are you willing to get on camera? It's up to you. Field Tech says premieres are the better way to go. The host can chat while the video plays. Oh, that way it's easier on the host. Okay. So you're just like a commentator, not a participant. Okay, I like that. Seth is down too. Man, I got a whole list now. Check me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. I'm going to put stars next to the people that have already said yes. Field Tech said yes. BK Turley said yes. Scottish said yes. Seth said yes. I got a message from Black Sheep Bible Talk. I need to check on him. Doomsday said yes. We just have to coordinate. Chris, I'm waiting to hear back from. Gen X Outdoors. TMT, Tactical Muffin Top said yes. PRK said yes. I think PRK said yes. Sweet. That's like 8 interviews already. Going to change my channel name to Single Homesteader, at least until I get a wife. Yeah. Civi Prep, you have to do that. You have to change your channel so the whole purpose is to find a wife. Like looking for a wife homestead. Looking for a wife. LaFaw? No, that doesn't sound good, but whatever. We'll think of something. What is it called? Single and looking? Single and looking. Sal Homestead? We'll figure something out. You'll get catfished all day long. Well, Field Tech, if Wyoming was in here, you got to go to you got to get a wife from Ukraine or something. Civi Prep says, what are we saying yes to? I'm wanting to start doing conversations with other YouTubers. Preppers. Are you down? I didn't even Civi Prep. Yeah, Civi Prep's got a channel. I'm going to say yes for you, Civi Prep. I think you would. Conversations, not interviews. Carol says she's a single prepper, female. That's his criteria right there. He's like, are you a prepper? Are you single? Remember, he dated a woman who was 5 years older, and they couldn't make it work. So I got on him about that, but whatever. Single but looking. Yes, let's go. Okay. I think I need, so anybody that's on here who has said yes to a collab, please shoot me an email. Okay. So it's Mike Tango Whiskey at protonmail.com. I'll put it in the chat too. Whiskey. Mike Tango Whiskey at Proton Mail. This way I can start secretly compiling a list of names for my upcoming secret society. A few of you are already in, you just don't know it yet. Brunson, 3 acres on the in South Carolina, been prepping for 10 years. Nice. Carol, no doubt. You do have to be clear. Carol's like, let's just get this out there. Let's get some of this out of the way. Like, I'm single, I'm a female, and I'm straight. Hero of Canton's in the house. What is up, man? Gnostic says, am I going to be a Mason now? No, I'm not a Mason. I'm going to create my own secret society, though. I better be careful because this video might cut out again. Cloaks. You got cloaks for your group? The prepping Illuminati. Look, I think I think we're gonna have to devolve a little bit into these clubs, these groups, these human only groups. I think that's gonna have to happen again. Jay Cobb is here. Whoa, who's Jay Cobb? What am I missing here? Carol says she'd be up for a chat. Are you a 556 or 300 guy? Do you care? 556. Yeah. 9 mil, 556, and 308. And then, of course, 22 and 12 gauge. But the 68 illuminated people. What am I, a lizard person? Hero of Canton. Jane Cobb. Oh, okay. How do we prove that we're truly human, though, if AI is so good? I know. Well, the way the group will work is it'll have to be local chapters where your humanity gets verified. Online can only be used to get the generic word out, but there's going to have to be chapters all over where it's face to face. It stays 100% human, and that's the way that it goes. Field attacks 9, 556, and 300 Win Mag. Yeah, so just 9 for pistol, 556 for rifle, and then 308 for distance, and then 22 and shot, and then 12 gauge. Nothing outside of that. Donald Monroe sounds like Fight Club. Yeah, good. AI don't stutter. It's the wife. I think she's still mad at me. I'll have to fix that after this. AI doesn't feel a paper cut. Yeah, anything, it's getting so, I got tricked 3 times last week by AI channels. Yeah. I could be a lizard person. Outlaw. You could be. 12 gauge should be a given. Yeah. Dogs and prepping. I don't have a dog, though. Don't apologize. They thrive on weakness. Are you talking about my wife? You're like, hang in there, brother. Oh. Yeah. So get one. It's hard to find channels that aren't AI. Yeah. So I don't want to give away any material that I have coming out. There's a couple videos that I have planned that are going to talk a little bit about this, but I had a little bit of an epiphany over the holidays, and I'm going to have to learn about AI. I'm going to have to. And here's what I mean. Like if I go full Luddite, to me, part of prepping is adaptability, right? And if you don't adapt to this environment, and by adapt, I don't mean embrace, I just mean adapt. If I was by myself, maybe I could do that. If I was already off grid, maybe I could do that. But in my current situation, like at work, I'm going all in. I can't afford on that side of things to completely ignore what is coming if I'm not smart about it and educated about it. On this channel will continue to be 100% human. But on the flip side of things, like on my job, yeah, I think we're all going to lose our jobs, but I want to be the last one that they fire. So I'm getting smart about, yeah, Gen X says the AI conversation is the one I want to have with you. I'm not a fan of the AI survival videos. Yeah. Mandatory ROTC for the new secret club. Yeah. That'd be cool. Everyone smash the like button. Schmuckatelli said smash the like button. AI has its uses. Like with my kids, what am I going to tell my kids? Am I going to tell my 6-year-old, hey, ignore this and just focus on what job you would like to do in 10 years when you go to school. None of that's going to, that'd be stupid. That would be stupid on my part. So I got to figure out where that middle ground is, and I got to figure it out quick. So I have two compounds. Look at prepping with camping, a really nice tent house, if that makes sense. Definitely get your employer to pay to educate you about these topics. Double dip when you can. Always keep in the know about new tech, even for nothing more to let you, not let it control your world outlook. So at work, I completely flipped. Like, I was known at work as the anti-AI guy, but I'm all in. So just in the past few weeks, like, I am training people. Starting next week, I'm training the other people in my department on AI usage. That's how far into it I've gotten in the past 2 weeks at work. Because other people are scared of it too. And I think there's a window of opportunity for people to get ahead of it. And yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to put a video out about it. But Waltech says currently AI currently available is just a tool. A person still has the point the intent, how to use it, because you really can get left behind not knowing. Yeah. The problem knowing about AI, knowledge is power. Yeah. So I have a friend, and he was one of the guys I was going to interview weeks and weeks ago, and he basically told me that he's a machine learning engineer, and he's like, man, you cannot afford to ignore it. And it has already in some areas made me faster, cheaper, better. Where the rate at which I can get work done. And so everybody now has access to all information. Information is free. The information economy is over. Professors and teachers and experts, the only thing that's going to matter is human connection and experience. Yeah, Gnostic says, seems like most corporate professionals are just trying to hang on while others transition to fully automated. Yeah, and that was me. You just kind of do this and hope. You just hope. That doesn't seem like a good prepping strategy to me, to ignore something. It's like there's a wave coming and you know it, and you're not going to learn how to swim. You're like, I don't believe in water. Well, you're going to effing drown. Yeah, Josh says AI won't take your job, but someone who knows how to use AI will. At work, in the past, I'm becoming the guy who knows it. That's my goal. All right, Grish, I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, field tech. So that's what I've heard, right? Learning and knowing it is one thing, but just don't use it. As you feed it, the monster will keep growing to our demise. So yes, that is true. But the monster is growing with or without you. The monster is growing with or without you. Yeah, it's, to me so far, what it's been like is having access to all of the information all at once in seconds. That's powerful. And like I said, if I was single, I could ignore it. But I'm a family man with children who are growing up in this world. It's not something I can afford to ignore anymore. Wyoming's in the house. What's up, man? I know I know that there is an irony to that. So the more people use it, the more we are training it to replace us. I get that. But there's going to be a small contingent of string pullers, like going to be a teaching session here. So what AI is going to do, see, and I'm getting into content. I can't help it. So the distance between the haves and the have-nots is going to get greater, right? And right here, this is going to be AI and people who can use AI. This gap is going to get huge. And my goal is to be just right here. I'm like hanging on right here. I want to be on that side of that curve. One of the 5 people who survive the big shift. I want to be just on the other side of that. Said, this guy was forward leaning. He understands the systems. He can use it to produce a product, 10 times faster. Already in the past 2 weeks, since me and my team have kind of adopted it, we've gone from, I can get from ideation to presentation in probably 2 days, where before it would take 2 months. That's powerful. So we'll see. Yeah, I may be working myself out of a job. I'm planning on doing it so well, though, that I'm one of the ones that are left. So we'll see. Yeah, Lost Shark, no matter whether we don't use it, it's advancing regardless. And I felt foolish. I feel foolish saying it's just hope otherwise, right? And hope is not a plan. AI can't replace mechanics that work on combines and tractors. Not yet, man. If you get bitten by a bear, you keep fighting to survive. Otherwise, for sure, you die. This is analogous to AI. We at an hour yet? 66 minutes? Yeah. I'm probably going to shoot that video right after this. That way nobody else can copy me. Plus, it's my story, so how could they copy my story? AI can't cook or cut hair. Yeah, the hair. So barbers, I think, are safe. People are still going to want people to do their barbering for a while. But so at this year's CES, they had machines that can cook. All you do is prep the ingredients and put them in these trays, and then the machine cooks the meal. It's like the Jetsons. I've lost 2 careers due to advancing technology, once in the 80s, again in the 2000s. If I couldn't adapt, I'd be living in a cardboard box. Yeah, that's right. I think any trade is good for at least another 5 to 10 years. I say 5, but hope AI can't run an excavator cleaning out a pond so far. One has to look at things from a different perspective. We put our human-centric view, and we think we can't be, yeah. A lot of tasks are trivial if you look at it from a different angle. Yeah, so Buchenmacher, that's a great point, right? We think that I was thinking about this today. Most work in most jobs is monotonous, menial, dumb tasks. We think we're special snowflakes, and we're not. We're not. Like when I'm up in front of a group of people facilitating, that's magic. That's my magic moment. That's what I'm best at. That's what I do best. But all the work up to that point, it can be done in minutes with AI right now. Minutes. Agendas, outline, facilitator guides, slideshows, content. Yeah, we're not as special as we think. We're not as special as we think, that's for sure. Yeah, Wyoming says team of hundreds down to a team of 6 to 10. I want to be one of those 10 people. I want to be one of those, 5%. Star Trek replicator coming soon to Amazon. They're already making 3D printed foods. Yeah. Brunson says, hit the like, people. We used to dig ditches. Now we use machinery. The problem with AI is taking over the building industry is that you still need to repair and remodel current homes. Yeah. Yeah, so robotics can turn your bioengineer 3D printed pork chops for dinner. And that's the other assumption. Even with the blue collar trades, I talked about this in the HFR, where people, everything around us is human centric, right? We go, well, carpenters have to keep carpentering, right? They have to keep doing that because a robot can't. They'll just find a way to not do carpentry anymore. I, you know, when a building's full of robots, it doesn't need light, doesn't need air, doesn't need warmth, doesn't need cold, doesn't need plumbing, doesn't need. And that's the way they'll get around it. It'll just move into, is it obsolescence? Forget the name of it, but yeah. Where before the speed at which those things happen is just, I think this time is different. But I think the coming AI changes to tech and the economy and everything and the job market should be a top 3 prep for most people, especially for 68 percenters, because it is coming. And if we prepare for it and then it doesn't happen, great. So what? Then I still have a job after 5 years. But there's a really big chance, there's a good chance. I see preppers prepping for EMPs when there's like a 1% chance of that happening, when there's like a 30 to 40% chance that you're going to lose your job. To me, that this should be on everybody's radar. Yeah. Extruders, yeah, 100% agree with you. They have the tech to build homes without people, minimal amounts of skill. But if they buy up all the homes and tear them down, install AI smart homes, yeah, they'll have to. Of course, they won't be the size that they are now. They'll give us all 3D printed coffins to live in, I'm sure. Fabric weavers rioted, and then when looms were invented, yeah, those were the Luddites. Those were the Luddites. Yeah, NH Guide. So there will be repair. So like robot repair, systems repair. There will be a certain level of repair, maintenance, but it will be nowhere near what it is now. Like it will be nowhere near what it is now. AI Undertaker. Yeah, drones. That would be. There, with this coming, there should be some really good sci-fi movies coming out about this that are more like accurate to what's currently going on. I wish there was, but all right, folks, I'm at 72 minutes. I think I'm going to jump off here. Well, Schmuckatelli, robot medics, so surgery, that's already a thing. That's going to happen. That will happen. Yeah, Gnostic says design AI machines to be fully serviceable by AI machines. The cost of production is going to drop so low, it may be cheaper for them just to replace the machine than it would to pay a human to hire them to come out and fix the machine, right? Carol had robot surgery 3 years ago. yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't think service by replacement. That's already a thing where everything is being designed where it falls apart and you just have to buy a new one. Think of that on hyperdrive. People are like, oh, we still have to do this. We still have... It's going to be cheaper to do it again. Like, think about if your building falls apart, but they can 3D print a building in 3 days. And it doesn't need carpet. It doesn't need windows. It doesn't need any of that stuff. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. Disposable AI worker drones. Yeah. Think about drones right now in warfare, like in Ukraine. These little couple $100, it's cheaper to send them in as a kamikaze than it is to that same thing, but at scale. Buschenmacher, I'd 3D print my next home if I could. Yeah. Or your homestead, you're off grid, like go send a drone out there and just poop your house onto a little hilltop somewhere. I'd buy that for $1. It'll probably be cheaper too. Anyway, I'm going to jump off, everybody. I appreciate you all. suppose I have to go apologize to my wife now. Yeah. I'm going to shoot another video today, though. Got a couple of videos coming out. What do I have coming out? I got to check and see. One of these, it's kind of spicy. Seth, if you're still on here, it's on your book, the Sabotage book. I put a video out. If you're a member, you can go see it. If you're a member, you can go see it. But I talk about your channel, and I go through that book a little bit, too. Love that book. Good luck with the wife. Yeah, thank you. Hella fat devil. Step away for 2 hours. Sorry, I'm sorry, man. Where's the holiday? Tomorrow is MLK Day. Video on how to survive angry wife. You guys don't want to see me doing that. Be like, hey, look, I'm really sorry. My bad. What are you sorry about? Whatever it is that I did that made you mad. Yeah, Phil Tech, I saw that video on Gray Man. Email, PRK Radio collab in the... Okay, cool. Whew. Yeah, I'm excited about these collaborations. I'm going to go check my email and see who's catching up here. Whoa, lots of emails now. Cool. Is that easy? I just had to mention it in a live. Agnostic. In reality, the video is just Mike Tango Whiskey asking Grok how to make amends with his wife. If it's Grok, it might say, "Hey, don't apologize. That just makes him stronger." I'd have to go ask who's the sentimental LLM. Is it ChatGPT? I don't know. At work, we can only use Copilot, so it's kind of lame, but it's good enough for my work. Grok is based. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, Robert, basically. I think that's the way to go. Like, just look menacing to everybody. Never apologize. Mend fences, never... Field Tech, are you married? I'm going to have to talk to you about this in your live. Like, we're just going to talk about marriage advice. I think that's bad advice, friend. Never apologize. To your wife? No, that's wrong. Well, my wife's a gangster, so there's some groveling in my future. Well, check everybody later. For your dad joke, what do you call an angry shape? A vicious circle. Never admit you're wrong, but always apologize for who you are. I apologize. I'm sorry for the way that I am. That's pretty good. All right, I'm going to jump off. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to, I don't know, stuff and things this week. I'm all clear.